So listen, if Micah wants to come play for the Bengals, we will welcome him with open arms. Okay. At the end of the day, if you want to come win a Super Bowl, Micah, we're gonna have to take a pay cut, or you're gonna have to take little to no money. But you can come here in Cincinnati and go win a Super Bowl with us. We have no problem at all. You're one of the best defensive players in the NFL, and I have no problem with that. I don't think you're gonna win with Dak Prescott and the boys. Maybe go over here and let the kitty go meow. Right. So, Micah Parsons defended us around a week ago now and talked about how, Joe Burrow will be fine. It just started off a little slow because of his injury, and he said a lot of positive things about us. Well, now he continues to defend us and talk about how, you know, everything is going to heck and how fans should not worry, and kind of reiterates a lot of points that I actually have been making, ironically enough, but he actually does say some very positive things. I want to react to this today, guys. I do have this thing on the screen here because I don't know how YouTube's going to be. I know this is I think it's his podcast or someone else's podcast. I just don't want any issue with, copyright here. So I have it half blocked off, but we're going to be reacting to his audio. Let's go.
And teams don't happen. You know, look at the Bengals last year. They started their season off 0-2. Why are we panicking? I think the panic is that, Joe Burrow might have rushed back because he wanted to show guys that, he could do this and he wanted to lead his team, especially with the contract and things like that. But the key in this situation is you don't want to win September football, okay? You want to win December and January football, and that's the last 4 games a year and head into playoffs. How does your team look? This team started off 0-2 last year and went into the AFC Championship game last year. So is there a reason to panic? No, you still have Jamar Chase. You still have T. Higgins. You still have Tyler Boyd. And once Joe Burrow gets fully healthy, you're going to have the guy that you guys have been looking for. I see Joe. Okay, so do not panic, guys. Just let Joe Burrow get back to where he needs to be when he's escaping the pocket. When he feels good, he wants to run on his calf again. And he placing the ball where he wants to do. People fail to realize when Joe was extending plays instead of taking sacks, that's when he was most dominant. That's when he hurt the Chiefs the most. That's when he was the most dominant in what he was doing. So let's not panic, guys. Give Joe Burrow time to get back to himself, get to where he wants to go, and things are going to change. I hate that we over panic because they've been here before. Adversity happens. How.
And that's all he says right there. That's the only clip he has. And I 1000% agree with him. There is no reason to panic at all. That's what I've been saying over and over in my videos. Relax. I've been making optimized, not optimistic videos on why you should stay optimistic about the season. Guys, yes, as he said, and he said it perfectly, every team goes through adversity, right? How you respond to it is how good of a team you truly are. Last season, we started off 0-2, and I see a lot of people commenting, well, this season's not last season. Last season, we started off 0-2, but we have different issues this season than last season. That is correct. Last season, we started off 0-2, throwing interceptions like crazy and turned the ball over week 1. This season, we haven't had that problem. No. On the real note, though, yes, last season, obviously, there was different stipulations. This season, there are more stipulations going on. And yes, you can't compare them, apples to apples every single season. If you saw off slow one season, saw off slow another season. But what you can do is say, this team has dealt with adversity before in the past, last year, and they overcame it, won the division, and went ahead and got to the AFC Championship game, and really came one drive away from going to the Super Bowl, right? So at the end of the day, no, you can't say that last season's issues are this season's issues, and this season it's the same as last. It's not the same as last season. It's the same problems, as in we're starting off 0-2, and it's how you react to it as a team that shows how good of a team you truly are. And that's what we're going to see over the next couple weeks. And I do agree with Micah here that, yeah, Joe is definitely, his calf strain is causing a lot of problems. And yes, it might have been a little bit of the Bengals, wanting to get him out there, especially after his contract. Joe probably also wanting to show off after his contract, that he's there, he's with this team, and even with injury and adversity in that context, he's still going to be absolutely fine. He is still the Joe we know and love. But that simply is not the case. He's not able to move around and maneuver as well as he was before he got the calf strain, right? And as Micah did say here, and it's very, very true, the best thing about Joe is that he extends the pocket. He makes plays when plays simply don't look like they're going to be there. He moves around. He really, the play could look dead, and Joe will find Jamar Chase for a 70-yard touchdown. That's how Joe Burrow plays. That's why Joe Burrow is so freaking great, is that he's not a statue in the pocket that just throws the ball and that's it. But a calf strain, you kind of have to become a statue, right? You can't move around. You can't do everything you want to do. And there's also that risk in your head, in the back of your head, that, hey, listen, if I mess up here, if I go too crazy, if I go overextending this, I'm going to cause myself more injuries, and I'm going to actually be out, right? So there is a kind of period where you're like, I just want to go a little bit softer, safer with the calf now because of, I'm already injured, and then you play worse. So there's everything limiting itself together. And as he says, yes, starting off 2-0, really at the end of the day, September wins matter, but they don't dictate the whole entire season. They really don't. The problem with our 2 losses, I would not say is the September wins. It is the fact we lost 2 games in the AFC North, right? That's definitely a problem and a concern. Last season, we lost to the Steelers, and then we lost to the Cowboys. Now, the Steelers alone, don't get me wrong, that's awful because it's AFC North loss. But with, this division this year, with how tough it is, you don't want to lose any game. Now, obviously, Nick Chubb is out for the season. That's going to really take back the, Cleveland Browns offense. And that's going to help us out immensely. That Steelers win the other night is going to help us out more than we actually realize. The reason why is because we already lost to the Ravens and the Browns head-to-head, right? That's already over with. We play the Browns in Week 18. We should be able to take care of business there. That is going to be in Cincinnati, thankfully. But we play the Steelers twice. And if the Steelers can help us out here by taking off the Ravens, knocking off the Ravens like they've been doing over the last, 3 years pretty much, they always beat the Ravens. If they can beat the Ravens at least once, and we season sweep the Steelers, we take care of business in Week 11 versus Baltimore, and we beat, and again, like I said before, we season sweep the Steelers, and we beat Cleveland, we will be absolutely fine. Now, again, that's all, things listed together for it to work together, to get figured out, and that's easier said than done, let's be honest. But at the end of the day, there's always things that can go correctly, and it's how you deal with adversity as this team that's what's going to happen moving forward. Again, you can't take away from the fact of how the season started looking trash, okay? The season looked awful. But as I said from last week, if last week's first half continued into the second half, I'd be sitting here right here saying, guys, we need to do something. There's problems, we need to do something. But that second half last week, even though, yes, we had a calf strain on our quarterback, we looked great. We looked absolutely great. We moved the ball with ease, not with ease, but we moved the ball efficiently. We got down the field. Our run game started popping. We got 2 touchdowns to T. Higgins. If not for an interception, really, we probably win that game. There's so many things we did in that second half that was just showing me that this team is back, right? This team is back. We are fine. And the good thing is, the last couple of days, we got an update. Joe Burrow said he's feeling a lot better. He said his calf is feeling a lot better. So it's very possible he could be fine for this upcoming Rams game and Titans game and Cardinals and Seahawks. Now, again, whether or not we rest him, that's all going to come down to, what the Bengals want to do. And I'm not giving my opinion on that at the end of the day because that comes down to the team doctors and obviously the coaching staff and higher-ups. I trust the process. I trust they're going to do the correct thing. But again, relax. RELAX, as Roger said before, relax. Because at the end of the day, we will be fine. We've dealt with adversity many, many times through Cincinnati Bengals franchise history. This is not the first time. Trust me, and this won't be the last time either. That's the thing that does suck, is this won't be the last time. But at the end of the day, this is why we're great. This is why we're the best team in the NFL. This is why, in my opinion, we're better than the Kansas City Chiefs at the end of the day. We're better than the Buffalo Bills. We're better than the Miami Dolphins. We're better than the Ravens. We're better than any team you list. Because we deal with adversity very, very well. We deal with things being thrown at us. We'll always know we have always been the underdog. We've always been the team that everyone craps on and thinks we have nothing. We have no power. We have nothing to give. You can't fight back. You can't do this. And guess what? We have done it. We've been to the Super Bowl. We were one drive away from winning a Super Bowl. We've been to back-to-back championships. We will be fine. Guys, I'm telling you right now, we will be absolutely fine moving forward. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Who they think they gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody.